Morning, everyone. It is 4 a.m. on Thursday, June 20th. I'm going to Chattanooga to help out with Chattanooga Film Festival. I'm leaving at a normal hour, so I actually do have a little bit of time to be able to chill and drink some coffee and watch TV. It's 6:30 and I just barely got my suitcase packed. The first time I'm traveling with a backpack as my personal item instead of a purse. It's about 7 a.m. I'm headed to the airport. It's 3:20 in the afternoon. I just made it to the Reed House, and there's a lot more twists and turns than I was aware of last year with the hallways downstairs. I didn't realize that they were dropping me off at the valet section when I got here, and then there's a front desk, and you know, it's tough to try to navigate, especially with this dark hotel. But anyway, so here's the room. I'm on the 6th floor. Really nice bed and wall decor. I don't know. I've had 2 flights to get here, so I'm a little tired. But anyway, we got the AC, we got the lamp, we got desk. What is this? Coffee? Oh, glass cups too. Okay. I did ask them about DoorDash, and they said that they could bring it up for me if I wanted. This looks really small. Wow. This is a really small mini fridge. Let's see. Drawers. TV. Is this a closet? Yep, closet. And then the restroom. They got some nice artwork here in the restroom too. But yeah, let me tell you about my my travel day. So I made it to the airport this morning, went through security without too much of a hassle. I didn't realize that you don't have to go through the metal detector machine unless you have metal in you. I mean, sometimes they have me go through it anyway, but they told me this time I didn't have to go through. And then I went to my gate, and I actually got there over 2 hours early. And when they let people board the plane early at 9:40, I didn't really want to be sitting on the plane until 10:30 when it, you know, took off. So I walked around a bit, stretched my legs, and I mistakenly waited until it was time for my zone to load. I think I was in like zone 6 or something. And by then all of the overhead storage was completely taken up. So they had to check my bag, which I was nervous about being separated from my luggage. But I made it to Atlanta, and I had about, by the time I got off the plane, which by the way, the plane from my home to Atlanta was running a bit late, but I asked for directions to the plane train when I got to Atlanta. I accidentally went downstairs to the wrong plane train, so then I had to go back up the escalator and go to the other side. But I found it, I got to my gate, and I had to get on there immediately. I didn't have time to run to the restroom or anything. They had less than 10 minutes. In fact, I think the ticket agent had to like called my name on the overhead speaker. That's how last minute I was. So I got on the plane from Atlanta to Chattanooga and made it over here. And I know I was nervous about having to go to baggage claim. I walked past that same desk that I remember asking for help to get assistance to catch Lyft last year, but nobody was at that desk this year. So instead I just kept looking at the signs, and I walked to baggage claim, and I pulled out my really cheap, not very powerful monocular that I brought with me. It worked okay, but I had to squint to be able to see what I was looking at through there. So, but I did find the correct baggage carousel claim, and my bag did make it, thank gosh. And then I went outside and waited for Lyft. The Lyft driver didn't pull up to the curb, but he did yell out my name, so I knew, you know, I knew to walk to toward the sound of his voice. And so, you know, I got in the car and we got to talking, and he told me that he's actually a BMX bike, what do you call it, like a bike racer? He races bikes. And he said he'd actually gone to the the World Championships in Scotland a few years ago, and he's got BMX friends all around the world. So that was interesting to hear about. He was telling me he travels with his bike, and sometimes when he goes through security, he has to take some tools and stuff off of his bike to be able to make that 50-pound limit. Anyway, so I've showed you all the room. I'm probably going to order some dinner pretty soon. 5:03. I had to call them downstairs to confirm that my food was delivered because nobody called me. But anyway, I'm gonna head downstairs. I'm gonna bring my card, and I'll bring either a flashlight or my cane with me. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. Like I said, there are a lot of twists and turns to this hotel, so I might get lost. Let's see how long it takes me to get downstairs and then back upstairs. 5:12, and I just got back to the room with my food. I accidentally found the front desk. Still trying to get my bearings. Just like I was telling the guy downstairs, and he said, yeah, it can be a little bit confusing. The country vegetable plate. So I got broccoli, carrots, I don't remember what this thing is. I got corn, I got, what kind of lemonade is this? I don't even remember, I'm so hungry. And then I got a free reward. I think they said these are cheese bites. They look good. And I'm gonna keep this fruit cup in the fridge for tomorrow. And then I have 2 biscuits. Morning, it's Friday, June 21st. I thought about going to Starbucks downstairs, but I'm kind of afraid of getting lost. So I'm going to have that fruit cup that I saved from Cracker Barrel last night. And then around 9 o'clock, I'll go downstairs and try to find my way to where Starbucks is and the elevators are. It's 9:23, I'm headed downstairs. Let's see how long it takes me to find the mezzanine level. It ended up taking me until almost 9:30 to find the mezzanine section where everybody was. But I found it, and I got my staff badge. It's been fun the last couple hours helping out with the merch. We were just given our shirts for helping out, being volunteers, or CFF shirts for this year. So I figured I would take the opportunity to go through this maze of a hotel again, just to try to keep reminding myself how to get to and from my room. It's about 10:15 at night. I was gonna stay until around 11 or so when they started showing Faster Pussycat Kill Kill. Not that I have any idea what that movie's about, but I think they're supposed to have at least 30 or 40 people there for the screening. So I have a feeling it's probably gonna be busy, but they didn't have anything for me to do at the time being, and my phone was getting into the 30-ish% battery I'm so tired I can't speak. Category. Sorry. But anyway, so I'm gonna go to sleep. I've been at this since 9:30ish this morning, and so it's 10 p.m. now, so I'm gonna go to sleep. And I'll be back at it tomorrow at 9:30. Good morning. It is Saturday, June 22nd. Let me show you something interesting that I've noticed about the rooms. They do not have garbage bags in the garbage cans. This is the garbage can in the main area, and then this is the garbage can in the restroom. I do have a full-size garbage bag I brought with me, and I have my Cracker Barrel bag from Thursday night, but it's a good thing that I have those. You know, you'd think, especially considering that I'm paying almost $1,000 to stay here from Thursday all the way until Monday morning, that they'd have garbage bags, but no. So while I eat my Simple Mills Nutty Banana Bread bar, let me go ahead and tell y'all what happened since I left the room yesterday afternoon. So yesterday I had one of those encounters that us blind people absolutely hate, where a sighted person sees you, they think you're a helpless blind person, and they decide to interject themselves and help you with something that you did not ask for their help with to begin with. So this hotel is pretty confusing as it is, but as of yesterday, I was starting to get confident with figuring out how to get from this side of the hotel to the other side of the hotel and up those sets of elevators. So I get to the elevators, I get on, there's a group of elderly people with drinks in their hand who follow me onto the elevator. They see that I'm looking closely at the keypad, and I push the mezzanine floor. And by the way, whenever I've pushed the button to get to the mezzanine floor, I've never needed a key card. Like, I'll just push M and it'll take me there automatically. So I push M, and one of the ladies tells me, oh, you need a key card to get to that floor. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Like, I've never had problems getting to this floor. So she tells me that I'm on the wrong elevator and that I need to go down the hall to a different elevator. So I get off the elevator, I start walking down the hall, which to me it looks like a pretty dead-end hall. I don't see another elevator. And then one of the other ladies calls me back to that elevator that I had just been on. And she's like, wait, come back, sweet girl, we'll help you. And I'm thinking, oh God, like, what the fuck? Like, I did not ask these people for help. I'm almost confident that I'm on the correct elevator. So I get on the elevator. At this point, I'm pissed. So I get on the elevator. When they press the button, the doors close, and this lady is looking at me dead on, and I've got my arms folded. I got probably an angry look on my face, because it really fucking annoys me when people talk to me like I'm a fucking toddler just because I'm disabled. And this lady's looking at me dead on, and she's like, are you here helping with the film festival? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I know my attitude is kind of annoying, but to me, hers is just as annoying, you know? So she's like, oh, well, that's nice. We'll help you. We'll get you to where you need to go. It's all right. You know, as if she's like trying to soothe me or calm me down, or I don't know. It's just so fucking annoying, you know, and I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, you're the one I'm mad at, you know? So they get me to the correct floor, and of course, the elevators let me out at the usual spot that I'm used to. So it was the correct elevator all along. And in this instance, I think it was akin to when a sighted person will walk up to a blind person and grab them and pull them in the opposite direction because they think they know where you're going better than you do. So I don't think it was malicious. I just think it's fucking annoying. 10 minutes after 9 o'clock, I'm headed down there. Morning shift went pretty well. I did try some of the coffee and it was good. They had all sorts of cream and stevia and sugar and almond milk, all sorts of things to put in it. So it was nice to have options. And I tried scooping some of the popcorn to make popcorn bags, and I accidentally burned my hand a little bit. So I don't know if I did that last year or not, but I'm not gonna be scooping the popcorn again, just to be on the safe side. Jill Gavargzian showed up to get her filmmaker badge, and she asked me if I drove or flew here, and I said no, I can't drive. You know, it's an innocent mistake. She doesn't really know me well enough to know what I can and can't see, so but it was nice talking to her. She had about a 10-hour drive here from where she was at the time, and her film premieres tomorrow night. So it was good talking to her. I think she's gonna hang out and just watch some films today, and then connect with some of her cast and crew members tomorrow. Us volunteers were told that we were gonna have pizza for lunch, and then it turned out to be barbecue. So I don't know, maybe we'll have pizza for dinner later on. I'm gonna head back down there. It's 6:30 on the dot. I just got back from dinner and from the box office. There was a big screening that started around 5:30, 5:45-ish. And so we were all busy helping out with that. And then we had pizza for dinner. And I had one slice of pepperoni and one slice of what I hoped was cheese. And then when I bit into it, I found out it was actually spicy chicken. So that was an unpleasant surprise, but I ate it anyway because I didn't want to waste the food that they bought. And then I briefly headed back to the box office, and there were like 4 or 5 volunteers all just sitting around waiting for the current movie to get out. So I figure I'll head up there again, maybe around like 9 or 9:30-ish, and see if they need anything. At 11:22 p.m., I went back up and helped out at the box office for about 2 hours. There wasn't a lot to do, mostly just restocking the drinks for tomorrow. So I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I'll be back at it tomorrow around 9 o'clock. It's 10 minutes after 9 o'clock. I'm headed downstairs to my first shift. We ended up having Five Guys for dinner tonight, which was my second time ever having that, but it was the first time that it was actually good. And I stuck around until about 8 o'clock. I was hoping to watch Jill Gavargzian's movie Ghost Game, but I know I've got to be at the airport for 5 a.m., which means waking up at least 4. It's about 6:30 on June June 24th. I did make it home this morning from the airport, and I totally forgot that whenever I'm trying to catch a lift from the hotel to Chattanooga Airport before 5 a.m., it usually takes them about at least 20 minutes to get to me because there's really not that many drivers on the road. So I made it to the airport. I was able to keep my luggage with me the whole way home. When I landed in Atlanta, the pilot from that first flight was kind enough to walk me to my second flight. So I made a few notes of where the plane train entrance and exit are in a couple of different terminals. So that'll help for the future. And yeah, I made it home at about 9:30 this morning. So I'm gonna end the vlog here. I hope you all enjoyed hearing about my very first trip this year, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.